Welcome everyone. Oops, I should have turned this monitor down. It looks really bright. Let me try that again. Hello, welcome everyone. This is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan coming to it's that time, at least for me, Friday 6 p.m. Pacific time. So wherever you're at in the world, whatever time it is right now, mark it down in your calendar and we gather at this time live together to talk about any and all things vegan. And you can even watch it after the fact. I'm glad Late Model, who was gone last week, we missed her presence and energy and comments, and yeah, fortunately she watched after the fact,
for the
which you
tip.
can do. I don't take these down typically. Hey, Dr. Chain in the building, thanks for the first super chat tip. You're always like super prompt, so thank you so much. I was gonna say, yeah, I leave it up after the fact. As you saw, we had some lively troll or people who wanted to debunk veganism. I don't want to say everyone who tries to debunk veganism is a troll, but you know what I'm saying, some people who came here to try to challenge the concept of veganism, and that was fun, huh? We had some good fun people trying that last week. So yeah, it's a place to talk about any and all things vegan. So if you're vegan or vegan interested, come hang out with us. Even if you're not vegan, you're totally welcome. I'm not gonna be a jerk to you. I'm not a level 5,000 vegan a-hole who looks down upon all people who aren't vegan. I was not always vegan myself. There's a learning curve, and I was fortunate there was some limited information out there on the internet to help me at the time, like a couple decades ago, and now there's even more, and I'm happy, I'm honored to be part of the information that can help people to go vegan. There's so much information out there trying to persuade people to not go vegan, meat industry, dairy industry, carnivore people, now mommy tang, just the list goes on. Oh, it's crazy. I can't do too much about all that, but I can respond to the misinformation. And that's what I do. So great, I'm glad Uncle's here tonight. Uncle, we got a lockdown tonight. I'm pretty sure Peter said tonight he's definitely going to be gone. He's got a veg fest in his area. I think this weekend, if I understood him right. So let's keep a short leash on any would-be trolls tonight. Hopefully they came last week and they got their troll thing out, and they're fine, they're cool, they're satisfied. That's what I'm trying to say, and we can move on. Yeah, I can't with Mommy Tang too, Late Model. I just don't understand, like, oh, I'm gonna drink some water for the first time after being vegan for 14 years. Oh, I can't believe the water tastes so good. It's just absurd, these reactions. And for us to expect all the time she had like positive reactions eating her vegan dishes that she makes or eating out somewhere, those were insincere. Like she's either lying now or lying back then or both, but it's just something's not adding up, not making sense. Well, maybe it's making dollars and cents, but not making like logical sense, common sense. What do you think, Carmichael? You think Mommy Tang saw how successful Nikocado was with the crying and being a fool on camera? Do you think she really wants to be a fool on camera? That's a tough pill to swallow. I mean, I couldn't imagine, hey, Ryan, some guy or some devil talking about, hey, you want to get really popular on YouTube? Do what you're doing, but be a complete fool on camera. You'll make a lot more money, though. It's like, do I really want to be a fool? I don't think I want to be a fool. I'm pretty sure I don't. I don't know. It doesn't sound like a great thing to be identified with. Travis, your tofu is tasteless? Well, as soon as you eat a piece of chicken, you're going to cry and have a religious experience. I hope you don't ever eat a piece of chicken, though. You guys think I like to have fun with my trolls? In a limited way. As long as they're not being a complete a-hole, then we get rid of them. Someone who comes here is mean, evil, bigoted, toxic, they're gone. But, if they're not any of that stuff, we can play with them a little bit, right? Have a little fun with them and see how it goes. Aloha, AJ, welcome. Glad you made it. I thought I was going to come on a little early. I was telling everybody, hey, I think I'm ready. I'm going to come on early. Then I realized, there's a couple things I should have checked that I didn't check yet. So I checked them and I ended up coming on pretty much my regular time. So there goes that. I had the best intentions to start a minute or two early, but no big deal. You guys weren't like sitting, oh my God, I hope Ryan comes on a minute or two early. Sickos out there, you think Carmichael enjoy watching people melt down on camera, especially if it's a vegan validating their non-vegan lifestyles. Hey, look at that vegan at 14 years. Oh, Angie pointed out it got picked up in some mainstream media too. I forgot what it was, like maybe MSNBC or some big nameless, faceless corporate news. They're talking about it. They didn't talk about the response videos, but that's how much the world wants to hear about a 14-year-old vegan having a religious experience, crying and breaking down when they eat meat. People love to hear that. Like, see, I knew all those vegans were like, just like, trying to like use willpower to just eat their horrible diet. Hey, welcome. We have a Hawaiian here. Did I see? Where did I see? I thought I saw someone said they're from Hawaii, and I just lost you. I hallucinated. I don't see that person anymore. Did you guys see someone say hello from Hawaii, or is this like something about AJ's aloha comment? Anyway, what's an oversized bolt? 3 chains. What is that? Mean something? Is it like a code for something I should know? I'm old, Gen X. So if it's like some kind of Gen Z slang, I probably don't know what that is. But thanks for the super chat tip, though. Hey, Nikki's here. Awesome. Yeah, I cleared off the poop wall. In fact, I didn't see anything on the poop wall. I don't know if I deleted it already, or did I? Late model, you recently watched last Friday's live stream. Do you have a clear recollection of me putting the person's words on the poop wall? Because I was shocked to not see it today when I went to go clean the poop wall to make it, fresh for a troll that might come today. Oh, maybe was that you, KRVTX, when you said you were from Hawaii? If that was you, hello and welcome. And I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking. I'm pretty tired today. Yesterday was me and Angie's wedding anniversary, and it happened to be the first day I booked us back into the Disneyland parks, because we've been not able to go for the past 2.5 months because of our low level of annual pass thing that we have. So anyway, it was our first trip back. It was our anniversary, and we had a pretty big day, even though it was relatively cool for August. Slightly cloudy. It was still a decent amount of sun, a lot of walking. Got back a little late, and then we had a great time. We took a bunch of pics, a little bit of video, and Angie's uploaded. It hasn't pushed it live yet, but you guys will see it soon. So make sure you're subscribed or notified. It's just one of those vertical format videos. You can see what we did. We had some really, really good food, actually, and some good times. It happened to be a special day at the park called D23. It's some conference that they do nearby, but they have a day at the park where they let guests have all these special things, like there's parades and stuff like that. But one thing's, it was free photography. Usually they're staff photographers. You got to pay to download the photos they shoot of you. They'll shoot them for free, but actually to download them, it costs money. But it's free all day. So we got so many amazing professional shots. Sometimes the photographers had no line. They were working with us like it was a paid photo shoot. It was amazing. So we'll share those with you. So we had a lot of fun. And I saw Baymax, this guy, Baymax, he's down to one eye. It just keeps falling off. Anyway, saw him and Hero, and we felt happy. They were really happy to see us, guys. Here's how much they like us there at Disney California Adventure when we go to the Hero and Baymax meetup in San Francisco Square. We met them, and Hero and Baymax seem to spend more time with us than your average guest, too. We did all this cool interaction. We pretend we're in the world with them, their little world of San Francisco and the movie. Anyway, so after we met them, we went and sat to the side because we were a little tired. It was kind of hot in line, so we're getting our thing together. And when the whole character meetup thing was all done, the guy in charge of this cast member that wasn't dressed up as like Hero or Baymax, just in regular cast member clothes, came up to us. He's seen us before. Said, "Hey, Ryan's wearing all this Baymax swag, and how about you?" We pointed to my wife, and we're thinking. We said, "Yeah, we're thinking about going and buying a San Francisco Ninjas baseball cap." And he just walked us right in there, pulled out some special credit card, and bought it for us, like a $35 baseball cap that we've been wanting for the longest time. They were so cool to us. I guess they saw the little pins that was an anniversary and everything. They wanted to be super cool to us. They saw the magical interaction we had with Baymax and Hero, and then they made it even more magical. So we took a picture with Forrest, the guy who got us the cap. So that really touched us. Like, wow, this is really cool. And thank you, Carmichael, my good boy. Wanted to give you early. Well, thank you, Thar. Thank you. Let's see, AJ Chainage, is that same as Dr. Chain? Have you seen how jacked Vegan Gains is now? No, I haven't seen an image or video of Vegan Gains in I don't know how long, 4 years maybe. I don't know, I'm just taking a guess there. But yeah, guys, thanks for all the happy anniversary wishes. We've been having a rough time, a lot of like drama and stuff and problems, and it was nice to just get out for a day and kind of forget about all that stuff and get back in our old little happy place. And we realized why we haven't given up our passes yet. It's like the little happy place we go to. We spend so much time here working and doing shit, and some of it's really fun and positive, some of it's kind of dramatic and not fun, and then we have our place away from home, our second place. So yeah, we had a really cool time. So the day before, we almost said, just cancel it. Things are just too crazy right now. It's like, no, I'm glad we didn't, and it worked out cool. So what you guys saying here? Uncle, they treat you special on your birthday and apparently on your anniversary too. I guess they were honored. It's funny, when we were in line right about to meet Baymax, we mentioned it for us. It's our anniversary. He saw the pins and he said, yeah, nothing speaks romance like interacting with a healthcare robot, Late model, I don't know. The drama's going to be dramatic for a little while, unfortunately. At least. It could go on for a while. I'll tell you about it later. It's kind of a continuation of some of the drama I was having earlier this year that I thought was done, but it's not. But anyway. Let's see. What else you guys asking there? Let's see. I think I caught up with all your comments, though. Fu Man, you got to go to sleep. Yeah, you said you were already tired like hours ago when you commented hours before the live stream started. So yeah, stay as long as you can. Maybe just drift off to my voice. Did you think about that? Or would that not be practical? Maybe Mrs. Pooh will be there trying to sleep too. But I was just saying, the reason I went off on that story, I wanted to share with you that we had our wedding anniversary yesterday. Really tired, got back a little late for us. And then this morning, first thing, I just went out and did my exercise. I didn't want to drive all the way to my gyms that are kind of far for me now. So I went to my local park here because it was overcast and a nice ocean breeze this morning. So I went out to their basketball court by Marine Stadium. Anyway, and then shot some baskets, and then went for a little run after that. And remember, I got back kind of late after walking many miles yesterday. So this morning got up and did the exercise. I'm pretty mellow. I'm really pooped. So, I guess I'm too old for back-to-back like that. But I tried to take it easy on the basketball court, doing my little drills, and I took it super easy on the run. Only ran, it was less than 2 miles, maybe mile 1.9 or something like that. Anyway, I'm pretty chill today, is what I'm trying to tell you. I see AJ giving a definition of dimes slang there. Didn't know that. Let's see. I never heard that one. Late model. Your dad used to say dime piece when he was young, and he's super West Coast. Well, I'm super West Coast. Carmichael, do I still play tennis? Do I still bike? Tell you, not biking right now. Too scared. Drivers are crazy. There's more like fatalities on our streets here in my hometown than like in the past decade. The tennis courts are right next to this basketball court I went to today, and they've been pickleball courts forever. I don't think you can play tennis on them anymore. I was watching. There's so many pickleballers out there. I'm guessing maybe like 60 people there to play pickleball. It's insane. And those pickleballs are loud. It's not like a tennis ball and racket sound, which has a nice soft pop. The pickleball goes pop, pop. It's just really gnarly. It's like super loud. I'm not saying it's bad or anything. It's just kind of distracting. I'm glad I don't live next to a pickleball court. So anyway, yep, I heard about that, Uncle. I know the Lakers. I don't think Bob Iger, former CEO of Disney, is a joint partner in the recent purchase of the Lakers. Hasn't gone through yet, but we'll see if it does. But if it does, I don't think he'll brand any Disney stuff there. He's not the CEO anymore. It's not his IP or anything like that, intellectual property. So we'll see what happens, though. Maybe he'll try to work a deal with Disney to partner with the Lakers somehow. I have no idea. That'd be crazy. Oh my God, you live right by a pickleball court? What do you think, late model? Is that pop kind of like annoying or not? Because I'm going, wow, this is loud. I remember when it was a tennis court, I was cool with it, but that pickleball pop is kind of gnarly. But maybe I have more sensitive ears, from all the music I'm exposed to in my kind of daily work. Hey, is Johnny Bravo here? I see people saying hi to Johnny Bravo. Where is the Johnny Bravo comment? I'm so tired. I'm not seeing. There's Johnny Bravo. No, just, yeah, cool. Stay as long or as little as you can. Glad to have you here, Johnny Bravo. How's your ankle doing? Give us an update on that. Are you, how are you walking? Are you still like using some kind of support, I imagine? Physical therapy, how's that coming along? Oh, okay. So you don't hear the loud ball that bad. Okay, late model. But the way your house is arranged, your living space is in the back. It's fine. Okay, I guess that's cool. Like, you don't have to hear pickleball in your house, even though you live right by a pickleball court. Do I think the music has damaged my hearing? Well, my ears are more sensitive. I mean, you guys who aren't listening, and plus I'm old too, and I've been, exposed to a lot of music, going to clubs and stuff when I was younger. And anyway, I just got to be careful. I have to manage my listening. I have to work at a lot. It's kind of low volume. Don't crank it up like I used to when I was younger. Even though sometimes you got it to monitor to see how bass and treble are when it's cranked up. It does change. So at least your perception of it does. So yeah, I guess it's a little damage. I've done some hearing tests and I'm okay. It's not like perfect, but I don't like need correction like hearing aids or anything like that. You guys talking about Nimai? It's Elgato again. You guys don't have to be super swole like that. I'm sure he'd still be an attractive guy without all that like the beefcake stuff. Let's see. What are you talking about, Heidi? Did you do some late nights at the temple, the Harvey Krishna temple? Got you tired? Yeah, I'm super tired. I didn't do any religious stuff though. Oh, so you do have late model does have some hearing loss. I'm rocking out 6 nights a week in the 90s and early 2000s. Yeah, that'll do it to you. Yeah, that exactly. No joking around. Like, really, what degrades hearing or causes hearing loss is extended loud exposure. So if you just hear some loud music here and there throughout your life, no big deal. But if you're like going to clubs many nights a week, over 90, 100 decibel average volumes, night after night, year after year, it does take its toll. Hey, thanks for becoming a member there, Joseph. A member for 35 months. Did you change your name, Joseph? Because I should know you if you've been a member for 35 months. So, yeah, thanks so much. Let us know if that has been your name, or if you just kind of been, you don't talk much in the chat, because I feel bad for not recognizing you. Let Nimai look how he looks. No, he can totally look how he looks. I'm just saying, would you still like Nimai if he just had a more like slim physique like mine, or does Nimai have to have that like that hunky bod in order for you guys to dig him? I'm just kind of curious. I'm not jealous or anything like that. If I really wanted to be hunky, I would play way less basketball, do less running, and try my best to like bulk up. You've seen me get bulkier. I'll never look like Nima. I just don't have that kind of physique. I have a long, lean physique. It's a lot more difficult for some genetics and body types to get super hunky. But I could be hunkier than not him, than how I am right now. No, Nimai is just perfect, just how he is. But what if he didn't have the muscles late model and Nikki? I'm just saying, what if? I'm not saying he should or whatever that he should want to or would ever do it. I'm just saying, just hypothetically, like say Nimai said one day, hey, I'm gonna do a Ryan's do. I'm just do running and basketball and not like worry so much about the hunky thing. And he got more basketball physique. What would you guys think of Nimai then? I'm just kind of curious. I'm not, I'm not saying that he would ever do that. I'm just kind of curious. It's a thought experiment. It's a hypothetical. You just indulge on it if you like. Yeah, 6 hours of sleep's not good. I prefer to get at least 7. And if I can get 8, yeah, the world's a lot of a better place. Hey, Ix Drums, how you doing? Uncle, will I ever have a dad bod? Well, depends what the definition of dad bod is. I think I know what we're talking about. I would really have to like have some really different kinds of things going on in my life, like, you know, not exercising much or eating a whole different way or something like that. So anyway, AJ saying, Ryan, most guys who are over bulky are not attractive. Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's all an aesthetic, you know. Some people like that, you know. It's all in the eye of the beholder. Some people like a Nimai Delgado type bod. Some like a more like thin and lanky kind of K-pop dude bod, you know. Tons of K-pop, you know, male idols have billions of fans, you know. So it's all over the place. That's the beauty of it all. There's no one right look, you know. And not everyone could look certain ways too, like I said. Well, thank you, Nikki. I wasn't asking you guys to like prefer me over Nimai or anything. I was just curious. The thought experiment. If Nimai had a more lean, like, you know, a strong but lean body. I'm saying he has to look like a marathon runner kind of lean, just like a strong, lean kind of body, like a, you know, like a basketball player. Okay, Johnny, let's see how you're doing with your ankle. You do physical therapy twice a week and see the surgeon again Monday. Hopefully you get cleared to walk without the boot again and gain some weight back from lack of exercise. Well, that's totally understandable. Are you still at least are you able to do some like exercises like upper body stuff where you don't need to use your feet? You know, I know. Now, even like bench pressing, like we're talking about, your feet, you know, the feet planted on the ground do a lot of work, believe it or not. Carmichael, who is even Nimai? Just Google Nimai Delgado and you'll see. He's a vegan fitness lifter dude. He's been on the cover of like men's like fitness magazines and stuff like that, you know, for his extraordinarily muscular physique. That's an interesting distinction there. You like density in a dude. Muscular men with an extra layer of density. I'm not sure what that is. So that's not what Nimai. You make an exception for Nimai. What is not into the total cut look, but what is the density thing? Just kind of like thick, solid kind of thing. I'm just kind of curious. Yeah, AJ, good point there about Nimai. One interesting thing about him is, according to him, I even talked to him about it, he said he was born to vegetarian parents. So they raised him as, you know, on a vegetarian diet, and he later went vegan. So the point is, sounds like, according to him, he's never eaten a piece of meat in his life. Yeah, he's had some dairy and eggs, I guess, probably, but never had a piece of meat. So tip the backside of my hat. That's pretty awesome. You don't meet too many people vegans that have never eaten meat ever. I said, you know, who of us were raised vegan? Well, no one really, but he was at least raised vegetarian, which is super rare. At least back then. Travis said he's more of a Brian Turner kind of guy himself, but Nimai's okay. Yeah, I understand that distinction there, Travis. Yeah. Okay, so yes, Ryan, late model. So it's just some kind of just thick and solid. But if they're cut like Nimai, you know, not your thing exactly, but you make an exception for him. Interesting. You thought Nimai was a soccer player? No, just a vegan lifter, fitness influencer dude. Hey, VLab, you prefer a physique closer to your own, some muscle tone, but not too big, not too lean. That's kind of me there, VLab. We should meet up soon. I'm just kidding. I've heard of that. I've seen this come through. I subscribed to Andrew Yang's newsletter, and I think he talked about him there, unless it's some other text I get from like the Democratic Party or something like that. But I haven't seen the new Senate candidate they were talking about there. I'll check him or her out sometime. Okay, so that type you're talking about, late model, that physique type, like a sequoia, but a brick shit house. I can't imagine. Like, can you think of any like celebrities that I might know of that have this like thick, solid thing that you're talking about? You know, like that dad bod guy. What's his name? Channing Tatum or something like that. You know, or what? I'm just kind of curious. I'm having trouble like making a mental image of that physique you're talking about there. Who else might that kind of type be? He's the only one that comes to mind when I think of like a thick actor. And I seen he's bad. He's a cool actor. He's funny as hell. Have you guys ever seen him in 21 Jump Street? Such a funny ass movie. I remember when Angie and I went to theaters to see it. We thought it was gonna be kind of dumb, you know, but we go okay. We like oh god, the guy from Superbad. Oh god. Holy shit. I'm having a vegan brain frog moment right now. He was in Moneyball with Brad Pitt. Star of Superbad. God, help me. Help me, guys. Jonah Hill, thank you. Jonah Hill, we think he's funny as hell. Channing Tatum has been known to be funny. We saw that movie, so freaking funny. We were laughing our asses off. And we weren't even high. Yeah, Andrew Yang is working more behind the scenes. He's trying to start like a third party and just fund candidates that fit like the kind of ideal candidate type that Andrew Yang is about. So yeah, somehow I guess I must have donated to Andrew Yang back in the day, and I you know, they save all the donators' emails. So I don't mind being on his list. He doesn't write too often, and when he writes, it's really thoughtful. I can tell it's him. It's not like AI, or I don't think it's some assistant. It really seems like some really thoughtful, insightful stuff, and it's always cool, I think, to get an opinion from someone of his like, you know, intelligence and a position. So that's what he's up to these days, working kind of behind the scenes, funding candidates. Let's see. Nikki, is it true that California no longer allows most handguns? I've not heard that. How about you, Uncle? Have you heard that? Not saying it's false, but I think I would have seen it on the news. I do get news feeds on my YouTube algorithm. Would have read about it somewhere. Like, it would have, you know, I still get exposed to a decent amount of news. Let me know if you've heard of that one, Uncle. That handguns. I mean, you can't carry stuff here without a permit. It's not like an open carry state like some states are. But as far as I know, handguns are still like legal. Hey, David's vegan. I always felt like the leaner surfer skater physique just has a nice elegance to us. And that's what you strive for personally. We all have our own preferences. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. When you see like surfer skaters, they're typically not the buffest dude, but they're strong as fuck, man. Like, you know, to do all the stuff they're doing. And I was just watching some vids of Roger Federer in his prime, and people don't think, man, Roger Federer, he's so swole, so buff. I was looking at him and go, wow, what an amazing physique. I mean, his shoulders are amazing, and his calves, he just looks like he's so fit, like not an ounce of fat on his body. Like, wow, that's what I'm talking. I just kind of like that, like strong, fit look, without looking like that's what you're trying to do. Like, you're trying to be super like obvious about, yeah, I work out all the time. I just want a body like, yeah, like that, like skaters, surfers, Roger Federer, you know, something like that, you know. Yeah, that's my kind of ideal. Again, everyone has their own preference of what they're going for, you know. IX Drums, tell about you live in Texas, which I'm sure is open carry, right? Carmichael, Ryan, do you still do battle ropes or workout? You listen to a bunch more older videos today. Yeah, I do battle ropes several times a week. I did some this morning. In fact, I pretty much always do a set of battle ropes in the garage before I get in my car to go play basketball. I find it. The way at least I do my battle ropes, I bend down a little bit in the knees, not crazily, but I don't stand straight up either. I bend a little bit in the knees. I notice when I'm doing the ropes, it sort of relaxes some tightnesses I get in the joints or something in the knees. I just feel like I'm able to go out and like move a little bit better right off the bat when I get to the basketball court. Plus, I just kind of like what it does. It kind of gets your brain in a rhythm. I feel like talking about those Roger Federer kind of back and shoulder muscles, I'm feeling those getting activated. You know, they probably don't get activated in a lot of the other workouts I do. So I do battle ropes, but yeah, I often, like I said, I do them just like when I go out to the garage, either I go out to the garage to unplug my hybrid plug-in car. Oh, I'll do a set of battle ropes right now. Oh, or I'm going somewhere. I'll do a set of battle ropes right now. That's kind of how the battle ropes and bench press too are kind of like that. Oh, I'll do a set of bench press right now. Uncle says about the handgun ban. No, but yeah, you have to register all handguns, and you have to have a permit to carry. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought, and that's what I said. Yeah, but yeah, I didn't say the register part. But yeah, I don't think you just can own one. Like, you have to register it. Then you can legally own one. Hey, Blue Outlaw, I'm here every Friday, so whatever time it is right now, subtract 30 minutes, and that's when I start, and I usually go for about 2 hours typically. So come and hang as long or as little as you can. Johnny, yeah, I was pretty sure, yeah, Florida, Texas, open carry gun states. Sounds really scary to me, but I guess it sometimes comes in handy. I saw that, was it Idaho In-N-Out shooter situation, and some people, like one dude just had an open carry gun. He helped save the day. An off-duty police officer helped save the day. So that's cool. You know, I guess there's that advantage. There's more guns handy in case some person's going crazy.
Belated happy anniversary.
Oh, thank you, AJ. Thank you so much for the belated happy anniversary super chat tip there, AJ. Thank you. Thank you so much. Our top patron by far. You're super generous. And, you know, Angie and I both appreciate you for your just being cool and your generosity. Thank you. Let's see. Let's see. Who are you talking about there with the sweet face? I don't think I know who that is you're talking about there. Battle ropes, well, I mean, I don't know if it's like a meditation. I kind of feel the two halves of the brain kind of syncing up. Maybe I'm being all woo or something like that. And there's so many ways to do battle ropes. There's no one way, you know. But I do it like the standard way. If you, like, in your mind, just visualize what battle ropes is, that's the way I do it. And I really feel it doesn't really seem to activate, like, bench press muscles or anything like that. It's other ones that bench press and stuff don't, and like, bicep curls don't get. It's up in here, like shoulder, upper back stuff, like, you know, back, like, I don't know, in this area and here, up in here. I just feel those muscles really getting engaged on the battle ropes. So that's my take, at least the way I do it. Those are the muscles I feel working. But it's a whole rhythm. Your hips, I get my hips moving to generate force. The arms are all doing. This is great synchronized body and brain activity. I dig it. And you can go really strong and hard, just, you know, or you can try to go for endurance. There's no rules, you know, however you want to do battle ropes. Hey, Jesse 12 string, awesome. The older you get, the less you care about physique or body type. Awesome, yeah, we shouldn't have to worry about that, exactly. I think here, though, they're talking about what they prefer on other people that they find to be desirable or attractive or something like that. Let's see. Nikki says, you'd read that Cali no longer allowed most guns since banning like anything with more than 10 rounds. I don't know anything about that. You know anything about that, Uncle? Yeah, you might be right on that. They might have some limits to how many rounds a gun can have or something like that, perhaps. Not sure. But Joseph raises a great point. Why would anyone need more than 10 rounds? It seems like a common sense gun regulation. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking, in pretty much any situation, almost, you know, 10 rounds should get it done, right? Okay, IX Drum says, when the bill passed, like 2014, there was an acquaintance carry his revolver on his hip into the Starbucks he used to work at, just like on a holster out on his hip. Wow. Yeah, out here, Heidi, like here too. Yeah, the only time we see anyone carrying guns are police officers, or sometimes when you see like the Brinks armored truck company go into a store or something like that, the guy will have his gun out. I think it's policy or something like, or at least it's on his hip. I can't remember. I just remember making the mental note, like, wow, there's a gun. Whoa, which, you know, out here is not common. In your states, it might be way more common. Yeah, VLAM. Yeah, not a huge gun fan, but you know, um, Nikki says if a home invasion occurs, yeah, you might need more than 10 rounds. Exactly. I said most situations. As a home invasion happens, who knows how long that'll go on. Um, Late model confirms, yeah, the ropes work everything. But yeah, the way, yeah, I feel them working everything, but they seem to primarily target those upper back, shoulder muscles I was talking about. But yeah, they target other stuff too. It's a whole synchrony of body, it seems. But yeah, targeting some more specific ones though. Huh, that's interesting. Late model. Two of your exes reached out to you this week to tell you they missed you. Are they around anywhere, or did you see them when you went on your trip? Oh, how was your trip? Yeah, I forgot to ask you, how was your trip last week? I just saw your comment go by in my Mommy Tang premiere a couple days ago about something about late model went down to the Bay Area for a wedding, a friend's wedding, and if I read it right, you brought your own food with you, right? I guess you foresaw that they probably wouldn't have too much you could eat at the wedding reception, I guess. But the thing I wanted to ask you, weren't people asking you at the reception dinner or whatever, like, or lunch, whatever it was, like, about your food, and then you talked about vegan, and they asked you, but what about your protein? Where do you get your protein? Did that really happen? And if so, I'm kind of curious. What did you tell them? Did you try to engage them, or you just said, I don't know, I should be dead? Or I'm curious how that went. Let's see. Johnny claims that 10 rounds won't necessarily do the. It depends. Yeah, it's a dynamic situation. Who knows how many you'll need, but I think most often, if you're in some kind of shootout, I think more often than not, 10 should get it done, but I haven't seen any studies to back that up. I'm just pulling that out of my butt. Okay, Uncle says California has banned guns magazines that hold more than 10 rounds, so new guns must come with 10 or less. Okay, so a dude did ask you where you get your protein, late model, and you told him in a calm manner. As it happened, you never actually been asked that in person before. So I'm curious, there's so many ways you could answer. Did you say all food has protein? Did you have your food there with you? Look at these legumes here. They got protein. Hell, even this little thing here has protein. There's protein in plants, like, believe it or not. I don't think most people are aware of that. Most people just mistakenly have been brainwashed by the meat and dairy industries that they have to eat meat and animal products, or they'll get no protein, because we all know plants have none, right? Well, Johnny, you're a more is more kind of person when it comes to rounds and a gun, huh? Just from your personal experience with guns in general and all. Hey, you're in the military. You need to shoot a lot, right? I mean that's your job, right? Okay, so what'd you tell this person at the wedding, late model? You told them there's protein in most things, and that you eat varied sources, and listed some of those things. So how did that go? Did he seem impressed? Like, oh, cool, I was not aware of that. Or was he like, nah, that can't be so? I'm just kind of curious how that went. I imagine it probably went better than on my first response that he gave you. Like, oh, wow, I was not aware of that. You had a doctor ask you where you got your protein from. Your doctor was not aware that you can get sufficient protein from plants. That's sad. Yeah, if a doctor isn't aware of that. Okay, so your protein friend there, late model, he listened and didn't push it further. Okay, so I'm glad it didn't get any worse than that. I thought you might have been getting some shit, but that's cool. This is the first time it happened to you, and how long you been vegan? Like forever, right? It's like long as me, I thought, right? So that's the first time someone ever asked you about the protein. That's great, that's awesome. Yeah, Velam, how are people so ignorant about protein in this day and age, huh? It's like people aren't aware. I could see maybe in the 90s, early 2000s, before YouTube, people didn't know, but now there's no excuse. I mean, the information's so out there. What's that? Blue Outlaw never thought about responding with all of it. Yeah, all has protein in all these plants. There's protein to varying degrees. The legumes have a higher percentage of protein than say like the potatoes do, but there's like I thought 3% calories from potatoes come from protein or something like that. So I mean, everything's got it. Just you know, and you can get enough if you eat enough legumes, tofu, beans, all that. It's not that hard. In fact, you know, I think some days I'm probably getting over the recommended amount of protein just because I've had so many legumes. And I don't even really protein supplement much. Even though I had a little bit today, I have a little protein, the mycelium product from Clean Machine. They sent me a sample of it. I'm so bad. I haven't done any review yet or anything. I think it's really cool, but I just haven't been able to wrap my head around how to do a review of it. So hopefully they don't hate me too much. I love their products, so. But anyway, yeah, I have a little bit of that when I get back from playing basketball, because I know I'm burning through a lot there. That's cool, Jesse. Your doctor told you, yeah, she didn't have a lot of nutrition education. I believe it. You know, they're learning other things. They're figuring out how to save our lives and treat us, right? They're not really learning how the food all works, right? That's nutritionists and dietitians. That's their thing, you know? But yeah, Nikki raises the bigger point. Like, why are people so obsessed with protein? Like, it's not like we go out and meet someone who eats meat and say, hey, where do you get your potassium? Where do you get your carbohydrates? Eating all that meat and stuff, you know? Why are people so obsessed with protein? They think it's like the magical macronutrient. You eat that, you're going to get skinny, you're going to get buff. Like, which is it? I see these protein shakes for getting skinny, but then that's what you're supposed to have after a workout to increase muscles and stuff like that. Stimulate muscle growth, I should say. It's weird. Protein's this magical thing that does contradictory things at the same time. What's that, Blue Outlaw? He just pointed at all the vegans and says, hey, they're still alive, you know? Let's see, Uncle, you're having an oat milk banana pea protein smoothie with some spirulina in it for color. Awesome. That sounds good. I had a big fat smoothie when I got back home from the workout this morning. Oh, that's cool. RR, you have a vegan nutritionist through the Nourish app. Oh, I've not heard of that. Cool. Hey, Carrie McCarpet. Dude, hope you and Angie are doing well. Doing all right. We're hanging in there. We just had our wedding anniversary, though, so we had a really superlative day yesterday. You're just wondering, have you guys found that a vegan diet has kept your blood pressure low? I was surprised to find yours is 98. No, mine's never been that low in my life. That must be a genetic thing. No, mine's always been over 100. Usually like between 115, 120. If I get nervous, 125 or so, you know, over, I forgot, you know, but yeah, I've never had it under 100 or anything like that. So I really don't know. I have no point of comparison, to be honest with you. I didn't really keep any or many records of blood pressure tests prior to going vegan. Plus, even if I had, I was younger back then too. You know, I went vegan in 2010. I'm 59 now, so I mean, yeah, blood tests from my early 40s or late 20s and 30s. I just don't have them to compare to. So yeah, it would be really bad science because yeah, our bodies change over time, diets change over time. And there's genetic factors too. So I don't think I've ever had like super low blood pressure, which is, I guess, is a good thing. Yeah, Joseph. Yeah, I've yet to hear of anyone who's protein deficient, who, yeah, is not starving themselves. Yeah, then they're not only protein deficient, they're calorie deficient. I'm sure they're carbohydrate and fat deficient too, most likely, if you're not eating enough food. AJ, your blood pressure is high, which shows, yeah, eating a vegan diet isn't sufficient for correcting a lot of people's blood pressure. Maybe if you're just marginally high, it could tip you back to being within range or something like that. But yeah, if you have a higher blood pressure, I would definitely consult with your doctor about that and see what he or she recommends you do. You know, medication, dietary tweak, get your doctor's advice. Wow, that's some low. Is your doctor cool with that blood pressure, Nikki? 93 over 63. That's, to me, as a non-doctor, that sounds kind of low. Is that okay low? It's not too low. Just curious. If I saw that for me, I would be kind of scared. I would ask the doctor, is this okay?
Thanks for the tip.
Hey, thanks for the tip, Blue Outlaw. Well, thank you for appreciating my existence. That's a really nice thing to say, those 4 simple words there, but it really means a lot. Thank you, because, there's a lot of people who don't appreciate my existence, both from the vegan YouTube world, vegans and anti-vegans, and people in the music world too. So thank you. It's good to know that you hear more from the people who don't appreciate your existence, and there's a ton of people who silently appreciate your existence, but you're not hearing from them because they're just chill and they're not bugging you. So thank you. That is really kind of you to say. Okay, so that is a little low. Okay. Low but not deadly. Okay, that's what I was guessing. Low but not like to the point where your doctor would be terribly concerned. Wow, you passed out when yours got down to the 90s for a time. Okay, so you could be passing out then. Wow. So yeah, hopefully your doctor's cool with that, Nikki. I said I don't know how to read that reading, but just to my naive mind, I would be going, wow, doctor, tell me about this number. Okay, Carrie says, hers was 90 over 55, and the doc said it could be a sign that it's too low. So yeah, it seems like it's right in that area where it might be a little, but also could be a good sign that you're exercising and so on. And often genetics, yeah, too. Even when I was doing hardcore running, like 30 miles a week, half marathon training and all that stuff, getting my blood test, I never had it drop below 100 like that. So yeah, I'm just saying, exercise I'm sure helps, but yeah. Never got it that low. Let's see, what's that, Johnny? Low blood pressure like that is fine if someone isn't passing out or feeling lightheaded, especially if they're athletes. I hope so. Hope that's what's going on with Nikki there. Because, yeah, late model was passing out, she said, when hers was in the 90s. Let's see. Oh, Fallon. Hey, Fallon, you think you get it from your mom, low blood pressure. She's always had low blood pressure, and you're the same way. It drops super low. Does it have any negative effects, though? Are you able to, still function, pretty much normally? Is it just like a genetic thing where you're just, lower than normal, but still functioning more or less normal? Curious. Let's see. Yeah, late model responded to Carmichael. Doctors want people, 120 or lower. That's why I'm happy when I say 115, 117. Sometimes it gets in the 120s, but I have a blood pressure measuring machine here I got off Amazon. When I was going to my vegan cardiologist, Dr. Bellardo, a few years back, I was surprised when I went in there. I had white coat hypertension. Have you heard of that? There's people that when they go to the doctor, somehow their blood pressure goes up. And I told, this is weird. I've been getting my blood pressure tested or measured for years and decades, and I've never had white coat hypertension, so I was kind of concerned. So I got a blood pressure machine reader from Amazon and made a log of it. I still read it once in a while, and anyway, just to keep a record of me measuring myself rather than a medical setting. Wow, 105 is your normal? I don't think I've ever had it that low. Even when I was running, I think my best blood pressures I remember were 110-ish, like that, So yeah, now I'm 117 or 18. Maybe that's the difference between all the cardiovascular running I was doing and the more, the different way. I don't exercise in that same way anymore. So maybe that's it. Yeah, what's that, Heidi? Nikki, no, don't go in a coma, but if you do, come back and share experiences. Yeah, I've never asked anyone what it's like to be in a coma. I have no clue. Okay, Fallon, about your low blood pressure that you inherited from your mom most likely. You feel like you can function pretty normally, but you do notice that sometimes you get fatigued and get a little dizzy. Yeah, Carmichael. Yeah, just ask for a lipid panel. Often, if you're my age, over 40, they'll pretty much give you a lipid panel all the time because that's what they're looking. That's the thing you got to look out when you're over 40, like heart disease and stuff like that. So yeah, it's if your doctor is not giving you a lipid panel, say I would like to get a lipid panel. So that means you'll get your cholesterol and triglycerides measured. And yeah, you do need to take that test fasted. Other ones you don't, like a vitamin D test, you don't need to be fasted from what I understand. But like the lipid panel is very much affected by what's your metabolism's doing, what you've been eating, digesting, stuff like that. So yeah, usually you want to get that test done in the morning. So if you book an appointment with your doctor, go before noon. So eat the night before, don't eat anything that morning. Drink a bunch of water and have some food with you in your bag or in your vehicle or whatever to eat right after if you're that hungry. Wow, Johnny, you got your blood pressure below 100 a few years ago when you got done with the, oh, yeah, after exercise. That's what the doctor said. Asked, like, are there any times that we should not measure blood pressure? Because we took Angie to the doctor, and of course she had white coat hypertension. She gets really nervous. And the doctor said, I forgot the assistant or nurse. Well, someone said, just don't do it right after some exercising. They said, okay, that's easy to do. Just measure it at home. We won't work out and measure blood pressure. So yeah, that can affect your blood pressure. So that reading you got after like a long run or walk, whatever like that, is not a normal reading. It's going to be weird, So yeah, I wouldn't consider that one of your like markers or anything like that. It was a one after like doing some intense exercise. Carmichael, you've never had your cholesterol tested? Well, you're young. You probably, I don't think it's normal. Like, what are you, in your 20s? I'm guessing, Carmichael? Yeah, I don't think it's like routine to test cholesterol on people like under 30 or 40. My guess, right? Anyone else with me on that? I think that's how the medical profession typically works. Okay, that's good to share with us, Mark, about your family's low blood pressure there too. Blood pressure spiked to 155, getting a root canal. Yeah, for me too. Like when I had that urinary tract infection last winter, when I went to the doctor, I was nervous as hell. I didn't know what was wrong with my body. The first reading they gave me, it was something like that. Like wow. And then I saw that, I freaked out even more. I started panicking. Like what's wrong with me? Then I just kind of got it together and I figured I'm just panicking right now. Let me breathe. They gave me a few minutes and took another reading. It got down to like from 155 to like maybe 130 or 135. So it shows there was some hyper white coat hypertension going on that reading. But yeah, that was the only time I ever had it that high. I was nervous as hell about what was wrong with my body. I tell you, I don't get sick. I get colds or something like that sometimes. Super rarely a flu. I can't remember the last one I got, knock on wood. But I don't think I ever had COVID either. I should knock on wood on that too. But my point is, yeah, when I got that UTI, I didn't know what was going on. I go, what the hell? I'm always super healthy. I was freaking out. Like, oh my God, this is it. What's going on? I'm going to go down now. But no, it's just simple UTI happens. You got to take some antibiotics and just eat right for a little while. Like, like foods that don't irritate your bladder. Let's see, Carrie, don't assume just because you're vegan that your cholesterol is low, because I want to make the distinction here. There's so many things that I'm not a doctor, but I learned a lot about cholesterol because I went to a vegan cardiologist just to see why my LDL was never like under 100, even though I'm eating all this great whey and stuff. But yeah, we're not consuming dietary cholesterol in our foods, but there's still ways we can eat or consume foods that contain ingredients that are like high in saturated fat that raise cholesterol, because a lot of people don't realize saturated fat, from what I understand, is I think at least as effective, if not more so effective than like eating animal products for that have cholesterol. Saturated fat raises cholesterol very easily. In fact, a lot of vegan fun stuff like ice cream. Look at the back of like your favorite vegan ice cream, and you'll see like in a serving like, oh, it could have like 100% of your daily cholesterol or something like that, or saturated fat. So there's that. You can be a vegan and be a junk food vegan and have way higher dietary cholesterol in the form of saturated fat. Coconut oil is like the biggest one to look out for. But all those like coconut milks that are in ice cream. But anyway, yeah, vegan can be consuming tons of stuff that raises their cholesterol levels. And there's genetic factors too. If your parents had genetic high cholesterol or above average, you might have it too. And because of that, you might not be able to bring it down below a certain point, no matter how cleanly you eat. You can go raw fruitarian juice for the rest of your life, and you probably never get it back like below what some people can get. I was jealous when I saw like Mike the Vegan's cholesterol. Like, wow, I could never get that. Just even when I was like near fruitarian, I couldn't get that. What's that, Mark? You get white coat hypertension as well at home. It's usually between 105 and 115 and 130 at the doctor's office. It's a thing, you know. I've noticed too when they take if you ask them for a second reading, which they usually give you, if you tell them you usually get white coat hypertension, the second reading's usually better. I don't know. I think the first one we're just more nervous psychologically. The second time we've kind of had a chance to calm down. Probably, you know, you just got up, you're walking into a different room. Maybe they set you down. Let's measure your blood pressure. Then once you're sitting down, I think you're just more psychologically and physiologically calm and get a better reading. That's my guess. Nikki, I've never heard of blood pressure and blood type having a correlation, but I've never looked into that before, but I've never heard of something like that. Does fat raise your cholesterol? Again, Carmichael, depends on what kind of fat. If it has saturated fat, hell to the yeah. That's it. That's what raises your cholesterol, saturated fat. So just, yeah, if you eat foods that are lacking or very low in saturated fat, probably won't make too much of a difference, or any difference if there's none. Yeah, don't take my advice. I'm not a doctor. I'm just giving you my experience, what I've learned, trying to understand how how concerned should I be about my LDL cholesterol not being below 100. Yeah, Angie's been like that too. She didn't see a doctor for even a longer gap than that, but I'm getting her back in there. She has a doctor now that she likes, a really sweet, like Gen Z doctor, really understanding and cool and non-judgmental. And yeah, so I'm glad we have that for her. She's had a lot of like not good experience with doctors before, so I was really trying to find her a good place and a good doctor. So let's hope we can keep our insurance and the government doesn't cut it anytime soon. Wow, Uncle, you had a yeast infection once because your girlfriend had one. I didn't know it could work like that. Interesting. Yeah, but I think people are telling Carmichael my thoughts. If he's on the younger side, your doctor is probably not going to have you do a lipid panel. But you might want to tell your doctor, say, hey, I'm getting a little older now, doc, and, you know, just kind of wondering, I'd like to get a lipid panel just to kind of see like where I'm at right now, particularly so I have a baseline so I can compare that in the future, like when I take a test in 5-10 years. You know, I just want to know where I'm at right now and see if I have any issues going on. You know, just I don't think that would be an unreasonable thing to ask your doctor next time you get a checkup or whatever. Yeah, but late model, yeah, coconut oil, which is super high in saturated fat. That's the food that'll raise your LDL cholesterol. So yeah, if you want to see your cholesterol skyrocket, have some coconut oil. I'm not suggesting that though. You don't want to do that. Uncle, you'll have your annual physical in about a month. You'll get a blood draw a week or two before. Oh, that's cool. You do that before you go. Usually I have to go meet my doctor. Then they'll send me to the lab afterwards, after I'm all done, to get the blood draw. And then I get the results sent to me like a day or two after that online. And then the doctor will just email me and ask, let me know if there's anything I should be concerned about. I already kind of know what they're going to say because I looked at the results beforehand. But that's cool. You actually get the blood work done first. So when you see your doctor, he or she has the results ready. That's ideal. What's that, Mark? Your LDL between 110 and 120 before going vegan, down about 80 after going vegan. See, I can't do that. You know, I could eat as clean as possible, eat as like a fruitarian and still not get my LDL like to 80. Jealous of you guys, but I'm a little older too. I know it gets, I thought I've read too that the way our body moves or gets rid of cholesterol isn't as good, isn't as robust as we get older and older. So, you know, I guess it's a fact that even though I might appear to you guys to look like I'm 40 something, maybe, I don't know what you guys think. Some of the haters think I look like I'm 80 or whatever. But anyway, I'm saying my inside, you know, it's aging. It doesn't care about, you know, other stuff, you know. So biological aging is real. Baja, I don't know if that's true. I'm not going to dispute that nuts are healthy fats, but if they're high in saturated fat, if you overconsume them, they will raise your if they're high in saturated fat, your LDL will go up. Yeah, if you have them like in small amounts, they probably won't do much bad. But from what I understand though, this is from my vegan cardiologist, who actually is a published researcher in the field of cardiology. She told me that HDL isn't really as important as people make it out to be. The research is showing it really doesn't have too much. It doesn't have a big influence on as far as like a predictor for heart disease risk. LDL definitely does. So yeah, if you have high LDL, that's awesome. She's not saying it's a bad thing, but it's not like you can feel like you have extra protection from having a great LDL. It's really from having high HDL. My bad. If your HDL is good, don't feel like it's an extra protective kind of thing. But LDL though, bad across the board. So my point is, yeah, if you're eating like, hey, I want to eat a bunch of almonds, they're high in they're omega-3s and stuff like that, good healthy fat, but still, if they're high in saturated fat, biology is biology. It's still gonna make or turn into somehow, I don't know what the right word is, it's gonna affect your LDL cholesterol, despite having maybe some good effects for your HDL. So yeah, just be cautious. Don't think just because it's a healthy fat, you're totally cool. Talk to a nutritionist about this, talk to a dietitian, talk to a doctor about this. I'm just sharing with you what I was told, but don't take what I'm saying here as solid medical advice. I'm just sharing what I've been told. Let's see. What do you like there, late model? You like your whole food fats, a pinch of pumpkin seeds. I like my pumpkin seeds. I haven't had them for a while. I know they're a great source of iron. Not that I'm low in iron or anything. Let's see. What else? Couple walnut, half, and a daily Brazil nut. Interesting. Yeah. I've been kind of afraid to eat that many Brazil nuts. I'm just doing what Dr. Greger has been talking about and is, citing the limited research that's been done into the effects of consuming Brazil nuts and their effect in reducing LDL cholesterol. And the few studies out there that have done this, it translates into this. Basically, 4 Brazil nuts a month. That's what the study is basically, a dose of, just eating them all at one time. So for me, I don't have it totally down what day. I just know around the first of the month, I eat 4 Brazil nuts. And Angie's doing this too now with me. And next time I get my blood tested, I'll see if that's had any effect or not. But they said it had a modest effect, like 5-ish, 10% reduction, something like that. I forgot. But anyway, yeah. 4 Brazil nuts consumed all at once, 1 time per month. That's what the studies were showing. And that's what I'm going for. Now you're thinking of ice cream. I know. It sucks that vegan ice cream can be so delicious. Like vegan Ben and Jerry's. Yeah, it could be so not like good for you. It sucks. Then we'll just get some sorbet or something like that. Vegan sorbet. Great. Fine. No problem. But too bad the vegan Ben and Jerry's was made out of like some kind of coconut milk cream or something like that, which is not good as far as your LDL cholesterol and saturated fat concerns go. Okay, Carl, you eat a weekly Brazil nut. Yeah, I was wondering if I was trying to figure out the best period for consuming them. I was thinking I should maybe have 4 a month. That's what the studies show. But do 1 a week, so you get like 4 or 5 a month, depending on how many weeks are in a particular month. But Dr. Gregory said the studies, and I looked at them. They consumed them all at one time. So I'm going, okay. That's what happened in these people I got studied. I don't want to try to reinvent the wheel and fail, maybe. I'm just going to do what this few studies have done. 1 dose, 4 Brazil nuts, once a month. Just do them around the first of the month, every month. Seems like an easy plan. I can remember that. So, yeah, if there's any studies that show there's a better way to periodize your Brazil nut consumption, I'm all for it. If there's a study that says, yeah, do 1 every week, I would do that. I just want to go for what the science already kind of knows. No, it wasn't 4 a week, Uncle. It was 4 at once. 4 consumed 1 at one time, 1 eating or whatever, once a month. That was what the studies showed. I looked it up. I wanted to get the periods right. It wasn't 4 a week. Oh, during your dad's time, it was 4 almonds a day, or was it 4 a week? I forgot. I don't know what they said about almonds. Uh-oh, Carmichael, you consumed an insanely high amount of fat yesterday in the form of almond milk yogurt. You didn't know the fat was so high until after you ate 2/3 of the container. I bet if it's almond milk yogurt, you should check it to see what the saturated fat content was. I don't know how that works out, if it would be a high saturated fat kind of thing. Oh, thanks for the super chat too there, Carmichael. But Ryan doesn't eat a raw food diet, but doesn't a raw food diet reverse all disease? Well, it didn't give me super low LDL cholesterol or anything like that. Yeah, Mark. Yeah, there's a reason why. Yeah, you shouldn't eat too many Brazil nuts. But I'm pretty sure one a day is fine. If I remember the studies and Dr. Greger's videos about that. So late model, it sounds like you're fine. One a day. You should be. Double check that. Again, I'm not a doctor or scientist, but I kind of remember that being within the safety limits for selenium consumption because you don't want to consume too much. Selenium is supposedly not a good thing. What's that, Joseph? Eat foods high in iodine when eating Brazil nuts. Really? Why is that? Does it help with the bioabsorption of it? I didn't hear anything about that from Greger in the studies. Let me know what you know. I'll take a look. If it'll make it more effective, I'll try it. Because I do have a little bit of an iodine supplement I could take with it maybe if that'll help. Half an avocado on most days. Yeah, Angie kind of fall into that, something like that. Yeah, we had some avocado today. She made us some nice sandwiches today. Which had avocado. Oh, bread, meat, and sauce. Are you here to discuss why veganism is bad or something? I see you chatting with AJ, or she's chatting with you at least. Do you have a question for me or something you want to bring up? Why are you here? I see you having conversations with other people, but you probably didn't come here to have conversations with them. You probably had a question or something you wanted to ask of me or say to me. So you want to tell me what you want to say if you're here to debunk veganism or tell me I'm a horrible person or how if I eat only plants I'm going to die or grow a third head or something like that. Have at it. Let's hear what you got to say, okay? Just try to be cool. I'm being totally cool to you. I expect you to be decently cool. You don't have to kiss my butt or anything. Just try to be a decent person and let's see what we can do. You've read that too, Mark. That one Brazil nut maximum a day generally tends to be okay. I kind of remember that bit too. Heidi, you're having troubles finding a good vegan yogurt these days? Oh, Whole Foods discontinued theirs, and Trader Joe's now has weird film chunks in theirs. Whole Foods is not a great place to be vegan. Remember I always say it doesn't suck being vegan? Sometimes I'll joke with Angie. I'll say, unless you're at Whole Foods, it's worse and worse to be vegan there. Not to say you can't find stuff, but it seemed like it was easier to find good stuff, especially their house-made stuff like the deli and pizzas and stuff like that. Sandwiches, at least at ours, it was way easier to be vegan 10 years ago than it is now. Do I like Subway? I haven't eaten at a Subway in decades, maybe, so I wouldn't be a good person to ask about Subway. It's not that I hate Subway, I just don't. It's not on my routines to stop by a Subway. From what I understand, you can go there and get a vegan sandwich made. Am I correct? Well, where did that anti-vegan dude go? Did he leave already? He just came here and complained to one of you guys and left us? Or is he getting his ideas together right now? Okay, Joseph, on the connection between selenium, which is in Brazil nuts, and iodine. It says selenium and Brazil nuts will take iodine from your body if you are low in iodine. The body has a natural defense mechanism where the taste of Brazil nuts will taste like sawdust if you eat too many. Interesting. Wow. It's weird how evolution works, huh? Hey, Chris Murphy, welcome. Good to see you. What's that, AJ? Whole Foods equals Amazon, which equals Jeff Bezos, which equals the devil. Yeah. Whole Foods is way better before the Amazon Jeff Bezos acquisition as far as finding vegan stuff, It was so much better when it was independently owned by Whole Foods. When they were owned by was it Austin, Texas based Whole Foods company. Now it's just rolled into Amazon, just kind of bland and not as friendly towards having good foods and vegan foods. But they do have their house brand, right, Carl? You're talking about their 365. It's a pretty reasonably priced line of foods. Like their legumes are good price. I get their oatmeal, so it's not all bad. But as far as like it's just be easier to be vegan at Whole Foods before. They had better stuff, better selection, I should say. Well, I'll look into that, Joseph, about taking selenium and iodine together. Thanks for bringing that up, because I still have I remember you guys like a long time ago in the live stream said you should try an iodine supplement, see how you feel. And I got it for a while. I don't even know if it works anymore. It's been in the fridge probably for a couple of years, but I'll check it out. I'll read up and maybe I'll try to finish off that iodine when I take my Brazil nuts. But it'll take forever because I only take the Brazil nuts one day a month. So anyway, and a good 365 mushroom gravy. I can't recall if I've had that before, but it sounds delicious right now. Damn, getting me hungry, Uncle. Yeah, it is interesting, Heidi, how the Brazil nuts will taste like sawdust once you've had too many or enough. I didn't know about that. Yeah, AJ, that iodine supplement I have too. Yeah, it's really, it's not delicious like my B12 spray, which I just had a little bit before this live stream to give me a little pick-me-up, since I'm tired from the exercise and the whole Disneyland thing from yesterday. You too, Carl. You agree the selection used to be a lot better at Whole Foods. There was a lot of vegan junk food you used to get that they don't care anymore, but maybe it's not a bad thing, right? Huh? Yeah, Whole Foods has sure changed a lot. Yeah, we used to go there. Our Whole Foods was not even a Whole Foods before. It was a locally owned chain here in California called Wild Oats. Then they got bought by Whole Foods like 20 years ago or something like that. And then it became Whole Foods for like the next 15 years. And then Bezos bought them out. And then it became the Amazon version of Whole Foods. And it keeps getting worse and worse each iteration. It was so much better when it was just like Wild Oats. But anyway, Carmichael, is my B12 spray delicious? What's it taste like? Well, the Garden of Life one I used to get was more delicious. It was like more cherry or berry or something like that. Now I got I think I got a Whole Foods branded one or something like that to save a few bucks. And it has the same dosage. It's just not as tasty. So, I don't know. But my B12 levels are fine, so it's doing its thing. I got my B12 tested, and Angie got her B12 tested. We both got it tested this year, so we're doing fine. And speaking of which, I ever since her last health or blood test, I started giving her some of the vitamin D that I got too. Oh, so Wild Oats made it up to Portland. I knew it was West Coast. I thought it was just California. I didn't know it went all the way up to Portland as well. So yeah, you remember Wild Oats? It's an awesome little market here. Hope yours was awesome too. I have fond memories of Wild Oats. So bummed it's no more. And the building's no more too. They tore the whole shopping center down where Wild Oats and Whole Foods used to be, and gonna make some luxury shopping or some crap there. Anyway, life goes on. Chris, you're still taking the veg one? Awesome. Uncle, they used to say it was important to take iodine in case of radiation fallout because selenium is a radioactive substance in it. Wow, I didn't know all this stuff. Wow. So yeah, I'll try to remember that, to look up iodine in Brazil nuts and see if there's some benefit taking the two together, because if I can get a little boost of the Brazil nuts, awesome. That's what I want. I want the LDL lowering effects. And yeah, eating a 4, I don't think that's over consuming. By the time I'm done eating the 4th one, it doesn't taste like sawdust, so I think I'm still doing all right. Oh yeah, we like seaweed too. Yeah, it's a great source of iodine as well, right? But yeah, in Asian food often you'll wrap things in seaweed. Delicious. Yeah, a lot of you kids out there, the ones that are younger than us Gen Xers and boomers even, like, you guys don't know what it's like to grow up being in fear of like a nuclear attack from Russia. There's really crazy things that can still happen. Don't get me wrong. The end of the earth can still happen in many ways, caused by humans or not, so Yeah, I'm just saying that was pretty stressful for a lot of us, having to do drills where you get under your desk, take cover, tuck and cover or something like that in case the bomb explodes. It's like, anyway, yeah, that was a fun way to grow up. Sarcasm. A 200 sheet pack of organic nori. Wow, did you get that? That's a lot of nori. Yeah, duck and cover. That's what it was called, huh, AJ? Yeah, Carl. Yeah, I'm kind of like that with seaweed too. I don't eat it every day, but you can get into your diet in small ways more easily. Angie's got these little seaweed flakes, like nooch, but with seaweed stuff. Sprinkle it on our rices and dishes and stuff like that, particularly Asian dishes. One way to do it. What's that, Uncle? The iodine will block the selenium from getting into your thyroid. Huh. Oh, this is too complicated for me. Yeah, I don't know how that all works. Yeah, Travis, there's mass shootings now. That's one thing. We had to learn to duck and cover because Russia might drop the atomic bomb on us while we're in school, but we didn't have metal detectors in school, right? Gen Xers and above, you guys can, and even most of you millennials too, you know what I'm talking about. We didn't have metal detectors. We didn't have like security like it is now. It's like there wasn't school shootings back then. I mean, thank goodness I didn't have to worry about that. If I had to worry about that and a nuclear bomb, it would have been full on anxiety. But yeah, there's crazy things to worry about now too. So I actually think the children of today probably have more real tangible things to worry about, like that threaten their safety and life, at school and beyond, like social media bullying attacks, social media algorithms making them depressed, at the expense, at their expense of people like Zuckerberg could be billionaires and stuff. So there's a lot more things I think that kids today are not they have a disadvantage compared to some of those older types. Alice drills. What's an Alice drill? What is that? That sounds scary. Maybe you don't want to tell me, Heidi. Is that meat dude back? Okay. All right. So here's is this what you're here to tell me? All right, I'm going to put your words up here on the poop wall, okay? I'm going to get your name up there too, Bread and Meat Sauce, and we will examine the veracity of your claims here. Why can't I copy your whole thing here? There it is. Okay, so hang on one second, Bread and Meat Sauce.
I'm going to leave your words on this board for all my classes to enjoy, giving you full credit, of course.
Okay, let me get rid of the rules here, which is if you come here to debunk veganism, which you seem to be trying to do, I'll only discuss one of your claims at a time. So let's see what you're saying here. So you're saying animal fats are essential. Well, let's go find out. Let's just ask an AI. We'll check its source too, but let's just go to Google right here. Are animal oops, let's browse the web here. Fats essential. Let's see. Actually, it says the opposite, bro. You can eat animal fat in moderation, but health experts suggest limiting it. I misspelled it too. Essential. I'm gonna meaning you must eat them. Let's see. No, animal fats are not essential. And look at the source here. It's Harvard Health. So we can go read the Harvard Health, the truth about fats, the good, the bad, and so already you're off to a bad start here. You're saying something that's not immediately verifiable. I'm sure you can send me to a YouTube or TikTok of some shirtless buff dude talking about animal fats are essential. Look at all the muscle I got. But that's not. It doesn't make a claim true or not. It has to do with the research surrounding it, So already you're off to a really good start here. No, animal fats are not essential. You do not need them to live a healthy life. So, nope, you're wrong there. Okay, so are we done? Can we move on? Do we need to put you in timeout, or do you want to rebut me and tell me how Harvard Health is wrong? Just curious. What is your source that says if a person doesn't eat animal fats, they will die? Because that's what essential means, right? Essential means you have to have it. Like water is essential. Without water, a person will perish pretty quickly too. So where is your source that I should be dead right now? Because if what you're saying here in the poop wall is true, animal fats are essential. If that were indeed true, and let's just grant what you're saying here is true, even though it's not. Let's just say it were true. If that's were to be true, what would we expect? We'd expect people who haven't had animal fats since before 2010 to be dead or sick on their way out. So first of all, how do you explain the scientific consensus does not support your position? And secondly, why am I still alive and not sick and dead and I'm on 0 medications at age 59, which my doctors tell me is extremely rare. So, where'd you go, bro? Let's see what you got to say. It's clear that it's not water and air. Why take words so literally? I know what you're talking about. I have several questions for you. Answer those 2 questions. Why does the scientific consensus disagree with you so strongly? And why am I not dead yet? Because you said essential. Without water, which is essential, I'd be dead. Without oxygen, which is essential, I'd be dead. So it must not be that essential, animal fats. How old am I? I just told you. I said I'm 59, and my doctors tell me that they can't believe I'm on 0 medications. I don't have high blood pressure. I'm not pre-diabetic or diabetic. 0 meds. Most dudes my age, they tell me, are on like several medications, more like 2, 3 plus meds. I'm on 0 meds right now. I don't take meds. I haven't been taking meds at all. So now that you know my age and you've dodged my question, can you come back and explain to me why what you said here is easily contradicted by just a quick Google search? And if you want, we can go into the Harvard Health article that the AI overview is giving us here. Well, I'll gladly read it with you, but can you explain to me why it says this? And maybe you're going to tell me science doesn't know, Harvard is stupid, they're stupid idiots or something like that. If that's going to be your position, well, good luck. And why am I not dead yet? Okay, plants contain only beta-carotene. I don't know. Is that true? Plants contain only beta-carotene? No, I think there's things other than beta-carotene in plants. I think you got that wrong. So you're just obviously trolling us right now. You're not answering my question. One more time. If you're not going to answer my question, I'm just going to time you out here. You're the one that brought this. You're the one that came to my live stream and made this outrageous and absurd claim that animal fats are essential, which any third grader, just do a quick Google search and find that your statement here is easily contradicted by the scientific consensus. And furthermore, if what you're saying were somehow true, why are people like me who haven't had any animal fat since 2010 healthy? According to my doctors, according to my labs, according to my health, according to my athleticism. Why am I healthy, thriving, and not sick and dead because I'm getting 0 of this essential thing that you think I need to have? Okay, you're joking. Okay. You're not joking. Again, I'm just you're the one that brought it here to me. You said animal fats are essential. Can you explain why we're getting this when we try to check the veracity of that claim? That's all I want to hear from you. Can you explain to me why I'm seeing this when I ask if animal fats are essential, meaning you must eat them? Let's see. Let me read it again. Okay, are you guys trolling me? I just looked at his name and assumed he was anti-vegan. Let me read his poop wall thing again. Simply don't have enough English to say that animal fats are essential. It's especially important for retinol. People who replace animal fat with vegetable have dry, inelastic skin. I don't know. That seems like something an anti-vegan would say. It seems all discombobulated and non sequitur like, but that's kind of normal. So what am I missing here, guys? Am I getting trolled or am I misreading something? Is there a joke that I'm missing? Just let me know what's happening. So help me out, guys. Smoke Mirror says this guy needs more plant-based foods. His brain is starving. He's not talking about me. Huh? You're talking about this guy here. So anyway, thus graphics. Well, thanks. Now he says he's not vegan, but Ryan looks great. And weren't the gladiators like vegetarian? That's I've read too. But thank you. Now, I'm not saying that I look great and therefore that proves veganism or something like that. I'm just saying, because what this guy's saying, if it were true, I should be really sick, maybe even dead, rather than like my doctor saying, "Hey, bro." They don't say "Hey, bro," but they say what you're doing is good. You're not on any meds. Your labs are good. Good job. Whatever you're doing is working for you. Your vegan diet is working for you. What's that, Smoke Mirrors? He's pulling a Mott and Bailey fallacy, making a ridiculously large claim, and when proven wrong, retreating. But due to a starving brain, even that is wrong. This poop statement. Did I call it that, Uncle? Somebody kicked you. Okay, so bread and meat sauce. I'm not kicking you. I don't believe Uncle kicked you. So again, all we're asking for you to do is, you're the one that claimed, you're the one that came here and said in your own words. Let me show you again in your own words.
I'm going to leave your words on this
for all
board
to
for
see.
All my classes to enjoy, giving you full credit, of course.
You said animal fats are essential. And when I just did a basic search, which was backed up by a Harvard Health article, like, no, animal fats are not essential. You do not need to eat them to live a healthy life. So I want you to show me how this is wrong. What is your source? Is it a shirtless dude in the jungle or what? Like, how do we deal with this this information here? Bread and meat sauce. You just don't want a constructive conversation. Yes, I do. You're the one avoiding the conversation. Again, let me repeat. You came to me saying this. Animal fats are essential. I'm going, okay, I believe that's false. Let me check. And yeah, indeed, it's false. I'm asking you, now that we know it's false, what should we do about that? Do you have information that disproves what's going on here? And why am I not dead yet? Why am I not super sick? I'm asking, don't dodge. I'm just trying to understand what you're saying here. Or do you want to pivot to something else? Because you're not happy about how this conversation is going. I'm not trying to ridicule you. I'm trying to have you engage and not dodge. Are you a baseball player by any chance? Because if so, you should try out for the world champion LA Dodgers, because you're doing an awesome dodge. Every time I ask you to answer the question, you're, LA Dodger extraordinaire. Yeah, just what is your source? What is your source that contradicts or weakens what we have up here on the screen? That's all I'm asking. Is that too unreasonable? Does that make me a dick? Does it make me not honest in this conversation? I'm engaging in bad faith? Because all I'm doing is simply asking you for a source that contradicts this. That's all I'm asking for. And tell me why I'm not dead yet, too. I'd like to know that. Yeah, facts are ridicule. You got that. You totally got that right, Uncle. Facts are ridicule. I know you feel a little hurt right now. And I'm not showing you facts to hurt your feelings. I just want you to be absolutely clear about that. I don't use facts to hurt people's feelings. I use facts to try to make my point, because my points are evidence-based. And I had a strong suspicion when you came here and said that fats are essential. I was pretty damn sure that is not evidence-based. That sounds like an opinion or something you heard from like a shirtless TikToker in the jungle just ranting about some nonsense. So I'm just asking you kindly, one more time, give me your source. If you are unable to do that, you can go join the Dodgers immediately, and I'm going to kick you off the live stream. All right, so you have no answer. He says, yeah, you are right. It's too fast for you. Give you a time. What is too fast for you? I'm just asking you, give me your source. I'm not asking you to do it super quickly. Just give me your source. I've given you, 5 minutes now. If you're incapable of doing that, we'll see you later, okay? Have a nice evening, and thanks for coming to try to debunk veganism. Thanks for playing. So, anyway, that was fun, huh? Yeah, Joseph, it might be time for him to not only show his source, but question his source. I mean, again, just hearing his claim like that, we all know how unexpected that would be for it to be true, knowing that many of us haven't had animal products, animal fat in years and decades, and we're doing all right. Was that carnivore brain slowage, Carl? I don't know. It's weird how it's weird. Don't you guys see a pattern? Think about it. Remember the troll or whoever, the anti-vegans, or one or two I had last week, and ones we've had throughout the months and years. Don't they seem to follow like a certain pattern? The way they produce their words, the way they can't defend those words, and they run and don't. Yeah, are you noticing something like they have in common? Is it that type of person attracted to become an anti-vegan, or does becoming an anti-vegan make you like that, incapable of following a simple, super simple line of reasoning? I don't know. Chicken or cart? Chicken or horse? How's that go? Cart before horse? Yeah, cart before the horse. I don't know which. Anyway. It wasn't their first language, AJ. Okay, that's cool. If bread, meat, and sauce, if English is your second or third language, totally cool. I kudos for trying to communicate in your non-native language, but you still, not answering the question. Bread, meat, sauce. I don't try to debunk veganism. Just having a conversation. Fine. I encourage friendly, open, good faith conversation. So good for you. You acting like I said that Jesus, not Christ. No, you came here and made an outrageous claim. And let me show your outrageous claim again. Simply don't have enough English to say that animal fats are essential. Okay, I thought when you said simply don't have enough English, I thought you just meant you can't overemphasize in words that animal fats are essential. So I guess I didn't interpret that to mean that English is not your first language. So again, thanks for trying your best in your non-native language. But you did say animal fats are essential. That's plain as day. There's no translation problem. Nothing's lost in translation. It's absolutely clear what the meaning of that is, that animal fats are essential. So we just wanted to examine the truthfulness of that claim, and it turns out it's far from being true. So all is good. I just wanted to highlight what we did here. There's no ridicule or anything like that. I wasn't acting like you're Jesus or not or anything like that. It's all good. Yeah, then VLAM says, okay, now that we understand what the truth of the matter is, wicked meat sauce dude, can we now acknowledge? Will you acknowledge that what you said here is incorrect? Will you can you at least do that? Say, hey, yeah, I was wrong on that. I'll need to learn a little bit more, but can we just acknowledge that we said here about animal fats being essential? Can you acknowledge in good faith that what you said there was an error, or you're misinformed? And that's cool. I'm not perfect. I'm wrong often. I've had beliefs that have been proven to be wrong when faced with the evidence. So can you at least acknowledge in this case that this particular belief that you shared with us here is not true? You're not answering my questions. You're saying other stuff, chemical structure, animal. I don't care about the chemical structure of animal fats. You're pivoting. Again, you're dodging. You have become a full-fledged member of the Dodgers now. You're not answering the questions. Anyway, okay, again, some more misinformation here. I'm going to put you in timeout, bro, okay? You're saying cholesterol exists only in animal fats. That's true, but you can actually raise your cholesterol as a vegan or a meat eater by eating plants, eating foods that are high in saturated fat. Like coconut oil, for instance. So you can, if you in your body, I don't think he's being totally honest here, because the human body produces its own cholesterol. It's not like cholesterol is not an essential nutrient. We can go Google that too. Cholesterol is not an essential nutrient, meaning your body produces it naturally. But if for some reason you needed more, I'm not sure why, you can raise your cholesterol levels by consuming saturated fat. So anyway, he's just rambling now, and I'm kind of getting sick and tired of it because he's not engaging with us. He's just acting more like a bot right now. So we're going to put you in timeout for 5 minutes, okay? So anyway, thanks. I'm not timing you out because you're bad. You're just not engaging with me. You're just saying what you want, and you're not responding to my questions. I mean, the vegans can hang out and not respond to my questions, but they're not here trying to like debunk how I eat or something like that. So, what's that, Joseph? Maybe his body is craving antibiotics, growth hormones, vaccines, and other unknowns from animal carcasses. Who knows? What's this, Tyler, about fish? If they are not naturally eaten by other animals, well, if they become part of the ecosystem, right? The ocean or lake ecosystem. It's kind of like the thing saying, hey, gotta shoot these animals because if not, they're gonna just die out in nature or something like that. It's like, no, this is what happens. Like, nature does stuff. It recycles the nutrients, stuff like that. Just because something might die without someone eating it or like that, an animal eating it, doesn't justify a human killing it ahead of time. I hate when hunters say that. Yeah, if I didn't shoot that deer, I've heard Joe Rogan say this, if I didn't shoot that beautiful young deer, it was eventually going to get eaten by some coyote or bear or something like that. Well, maybe not. It may have lived another 10, 15 years. Who are you to say, I'm going to kill it now to save it from suffering? That suffering may have not ever happened. It may have not happened for a long time. You're just using that as some kind of convenient excuse to feel like you're justified in ending its life prematurely. So yeah, I'm not buying this. Well, the fish will just fall to the bottom of the ocean. Well, probably something happens to them there. It doesn't justify killing them ahead of time. Yeah, and just watch Seaspiracy, even though that director's no longer vegan, but still watch that. Still, the information there is still solid. It's not like the information changed as soon as Ali became non-vegan. Yeah, the oceans are polluted and overfished. And most of the fish that get pulled out are not even fish. It's bycatch. It's like animals and fish that they were not intending to catch, but they pull out the mammals and all sorts of stuff. Hutch, you like my shirt? That's my little ramen shirt. I should have worn it on one of my Mommy Ting videos. All right, well, thanks for sharing that, Tyler. That's cool. It's still not justification to eat them. Maybe you're talking about salmon like in a salmon farm or something like that in the open ocean. Like, salmon do live in the open ocean too. So, you're not going to... contaminate the open ocean. It's so diluted. Maybe you're talking about a little stream or tributary or something like that. Still not a justification to end their lives. So anyway, Yeah, Hitchin's razor. It's kind of like Occam's razor, but not. Hitchin, I think, if I remember right, was an atheist, and he used this principle when responding to claims from theists and deists and the like. A claim without evidence, a claim that someone puts forth with zero evidence, like what we saw earlier tonight, can be dismissed without evidence. If you can't give any evidence, if you're trying to throw a claim out there as something to be taken seriously, but there's no evidence, well, I don't need to have any evidence to dismiss it. I know salmon live in oceans, they live in rivers, and in both. Yeah, I'm just saying, yeah. Are you saying that you're just concerned about the portion of a salmon's life when it's in a river? You don't care about the ocean part or something like that? You're saying you gotta eat the salmon while it's in the river? I don't find that a justification that a salmon's if a salmon dies, it's not good for the water or something like that. I still don't see that as a reason that humans should kill the salmon. Is that what you're saying? Humans should intervene and kill the salmon before they die? Is that what you're advocating for? Oh, you like the ramen shirt too, Heidi? Thanks. I got it for free. A company wanted this Koyo ramen, sent us some products to try, and they sent this cool shirt. I go, hey, it's a cool shirt. I'm gonna keep this. It fits. Holy shit! The live stream is getting we're almost done, huh? It's 7:40, 20-ish more minutes until I'm gonna go. I'm even ended a tad bit early because I'm super hungry. Hey, Juan Lopez, you think some of the arguments of high meat eaters are not against veganism specifically? You don't find meat and dairy disgusting or lack of nutrients? It's just heartless to eat animals. Oh, you're back. Bread and meat sauce. We were just talking about it. So here's his response. Remember, we were asking you for evidence that contradicts your earlier assertion how you're saying animal fats are essential, and here's some disproof of that. So what do you have to say to me now? Sorry if you need other people's research. Well, yeah, I'm not a researcher. I don't have a laboratory here. I can't do this stuff. I don't have publishing experience. I don't have a PhD in biology or nutrition or biochemistry or epidemiology. Yeah, I need other people's research. We all need other people's research, unless you are one of the ones doing research in your field, but then you need other people's research for their fields, So anyway, sorry if you need other people's research that you didn't participate in to get the truth. Yes, that's how life works. There's specialists, You might be a researcher in biology, but if you want to learn about planets and this astronomy, you need astronomers and cosmologists if you don't learn about that stuff. Yeah, we depend on the research of others. So yeah, excuse me for actually listening to what the experts in their respective fields say. Yeah, that's such bad faith of me, right? Oh my God, you caught me. You got me there real good there for following what the specialists in science say, because I'm incapable of doing the research as a music producer. Yeah, they should allow me to do research, right? You think they'll let me publish some research in a journal if they say, yeah, I did a study that on the essential properties of animal fats, and I have no degrees. I just did some stuff here in this music studio and published my paper. So anyway, yeah, you got me. Do you believe in that people's research? Well, yeah, I tend to trust the opinion of, say, let's look again who their sources are here. Let me get to it here. Harvard Health. Hell yeah, I would trust Harvard Health more than some random dude that comes to my live stream that can't support anything he's saying. Hell yeah. Why would Harvard have misinformation? And again, Harvard's not the only people it's not like one person or group does research and publishes it and that settles everything. Research is built upon previous research that has happened in the years and decades before. So it's not just one dude or something like that. Anyway, yeah, I'll trust Harvard over a random dude that comes to my live stream that has nothing to support what he or she is saying other than just hyperbole or just nonsense oh, you believe in science? Yeah, I do. Yeah. Yeah, just take his word for it, right? On one hand, we have the scientific consensus, Harvard, one amongst many credible medical health resources supporting what's on the screen here, or you have some dude who can't provide any resources, but just trust him. He knows, despite all this here. See how ridiculous these people are, and it's the same thing with raw people. Forget science. Just trust me. I know what I'm talking about because I'm a shaman or I live in the jungle. I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Uncle, ever hear of the scientific method? I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's hard to get through school and never have been exposed to what that means. And that's so true too, Mark. Most people with ego issues, they just have some kind of issue admitting that they're wrong. AJ, I'm telling you, I wish people would believe in science again too. Yeah, but yeah, there's always, instead of the scientific method, You can do what Carl's saying here, you know, the trust me bro method, right? You know, trust me bro, I'm a shirtless dude in the jungle. I got it figured out. Harvard, screw those guys. Those guys are idiots, right? I'm a shirtless dude in the jungle. They're not shirtless in the jungle. They're all pale in Harvard and Massachusetts, right? Maybe he's trolling now, right? He's totally trolling. Maybe science was true 20 years ago, but not now. What do you think, guys? Troll or not troll? That's so absurd. I don't see how anyone could really even believe that, even if they were, you know, here in good faith. I think they're just trolling now. I think someone here is here to entertain us, you know, create some excitement. That's my guess. Yeah, Joseph. Yeah, trust me, bro. I watched the Joe Rogan video. I know what I'm talking about. I heard Jordan Peterson say something. I got it. It's beyond bad English. You're saying science was true 20 years ago, but all of a sudden lost its truthiness. It's gone. You know, its truthfulness. So anyway, yeah, thanks for coming, Bread and Meat Sauce. You've provided us some entertainment, but I'm just going to time you out for the rest of the evening. Not because you're a bad person or you broke any rules, but we simply just move on. You can come back next week. It'll give you some time to think of something else if you want to come back next week and try to throw another argument or assertion at us as to why you believe veganism is wrong or bad or going to make you die or something like that. Just come back next week. But I think we've given him more than enough time tonight. Yeah, Heidi, Massachusetts. I don't think people that live in Massachusetts, where Harvard's at, right, can keep up with the suntan of some shirtless dude in the jungle, right? You know, you guys are all like more pale out there, less sun, higher latitude, you know. So you guys in Massachusetts at all your prestigious universities out there like MIT and Cambridge and Harvard, you guys are all wrong, right? Because you don't have the glowing suntan. That's a prerequisite for being true, right? You know, you gotta have a suntan, preferably in the jungle. Mark, are you the only one who thinks we have fewer people than ever or the critical thinking skills in the US? Oh yeah. I don't know if we were ever a bastion of critical thinking, but at least it wasn't like it is now. It's like a crisis, a lack of critical thinking. I got some more exercise tonight, maybe so, huh? AJ agrees too. The trust me bro fallacy. That's kind of it, huh? Just trust me bro. Screw Harvard. What do they know? They're pale. There's no jungles in Massachusetts. Probably didn't even know where Harvard was, huh? If you know, I'm giving too much credit. But anyway, I'm not saying you need to know that, but anyway. Let's see how we are here on time. All right, almost done here. I have an hour and 47 live stream. You pale, right, Heidi? You guys, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's hard to have a great suntan in Massachusetts unless you somehow get out in the sun a lot. You have a lot of melanin in your skin, or you have a what's that called? A tanning bed thing, you know, your own, or you go pay for one, you know. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I think people in Massachusetts aren't really known for their sun-soaked skins, right? Carmichael, do you have any albums on vinyl? Yeah, let's see. I've got up right here. Yeah, this album here, Flex, Low Spirals Downwards, vinyl. Woohoo! Uncle, I don't know what's redundant. When I left Angie out there, she was really tired too. Like we did a lot yesterday. We're not used to being out in the sun. We're like Heidi in Massachusetts, all pale and stuff, right? I'm just joking, but yeah, we got a lot of sun going to Disneyland yesterday. We got there like at 2, and we were there for the rest of the day, so we got sun for like the next 4 hours, which is a lot for us. Even though we were in it all the time, just even if you're in the shade, you're still getting the sun blasting in your eyes. So yeah, it kind of wiped us out a little bit. And just our first time back in 2.5 months. It's not like we're out of shape, but we're not used to that kind of walking, that sort of walking that only kind of happens when we do those trips. So yeah, we're a little worked today. So I bet after a few more trips under our belt, we'll be more like in our stride for what we need to, you know, to do physically to not get too tired after one of those trips. Yeah, but late model, yeah, tanning and healthy glow, literal sun damage. Did you see on one of my videos against that that lady that lives in Thailand? That, what was her name? God, I totally forgot her name. That blonde lady that hates me. That fruitarian lady. Anyway, one of the comments in that video of I responded to that lady. A different person said, "Wow, you're not looking all that suntan in California." It's like, what does that have to do with anything? And maybe I don't want to be super suntanned anymore. You know, it's like, you know, yeah, because late model said, yeah, regarding tanning and healthy glow, it's literal sun damage. So yeah, if you're 20 and you want to do that stuff, you know, cool, you know, but my age and late model's age, we have found that, you know, we don't want to like take that unnecessary risk on our skin anymore. I mean, yeah, I like getting some sun, obviously. I mean, I didn't spray my arms or anything yesterday when I went out, but yeah, I did put my zinc on my face, put my hat on forward with the brim forward to block the sun. Yeah, just doing what I can, nothing outrageous, nothing crazy. You know, I'm not all wrapped up or anything. Just doing little bits to stay to protect my skin a little bit. No, it wasn't Freely. No, what was her name? What's the name of that lady I was complaining about that lived in Thailand? Misfit Vegan. That's her name. I saw she got really upset that I didn't know who she was. She couldn't believe it. Like, why would I know you? I don't watch many vegans on YouTube, let alone fruitarians. You know, like, yeah, I know Mike the Vegan, Joey Carbstrong, Ed, you know, stuff like that. But why would I know her? She got really, like, her ego got so bruised. I'd never had heard of her before. It's why I don't follow fruitarians. Why? Unless I'm responding to their nonsense. Why would I subscribe to a fruitarian channel for? That's good, late model, that you're a goth and didn't get your son all burnt when you're younger too. So you're probably doing better than I am right now. Floating in a pool, Heidi. That sounds nice, and just I could use some of that right now. Yeah, that raw lady Misfit was super not a good person. Yeah, I totally offended her because I hadn't heard of her. She really took offense. I mean, just get over it. Like, I mean, it's not like a huge channel. Of course, I've heard of people like Freely or something like that. You know, 1 million subscribers or whatever. Freely Raw Christina. Yeah, but why would I hear someone like her? And I'm saying it's not. I'm not trying to size shame her channel. I don't care. It's just not something I would have heard of. Like, why would I know every channel that has like 10,000 or 5,000 or subscribers? I don't know. There's a ton of them. I don't know. I don't watch them all. Why should I? She probably didn't know who my channel was. You know, it's all good. It's I don't get butthurt if someone doesn't know who I am. I'm not an egomaniac. It's cool. I don't want too many people to know who I am. I don't want to be super famous or anything like that. It's tough being famous. Yeah, let's see if late model has a /Sarah has a sunscreen that she recommends. I just use whatever zinc product I got laying around. I've gotten some off Amazon. I've gotten some just Angie's given to me. Just whatever works. I'm not too picky. Gosh, I'm getting hungry. Okay, should use a variety of different ones. Yeah, sometimes if I'm going out in the middle of summer, you know, the high noon, I might put some spray on my arms. I didn't yesterday. But yeah, just that if I feel like I need that extra bit of protection. Hey, Chris. All right, you heading out? Oh, well, good to see you. I'm sorry I didn't chat with you too much. I had that meat dude the whole time you're here. But good to see you again, Chris. And make sure you come back. Remember, we're here every Friday. 2 hours ago, every Friday back from 2 hours, subtract 2 hours from now. Carmichael, I'll tell you, I didn't have many good cherries this season. It was a bad season for cherry growing because there was a heat wave in February that just kind of made the growing season really weird, according to my cherry farmers. And I can vouch for the February heat wave. Let's see. So let's see late model sunscreen tips, guys. This could be useful. Use Super Goop unseen sunscreen on your face for casual outside, but for serious all-day hikes, you go get into the zinc. Okay, cool. I guess I'm hardcore. I guess I don't put zinc on my arms and stuff, though. I just put it on my face. Yeah, and I like the zinc cream or whatever better than a spray. Spray I just feel kind of gross. I'll just use it if I have to. It's like, I'm going out at high noon around the winter. I'm in summer solstice, or I'm going surfing and it's bright out. I'll put that on. But yeah, zinc I put that on just almost daily. Just it's like a moisturizer too, which can't hurt, right? Does my stomach growl when I'm hungry? Maybe when I'm super hungry, but not growling right now. Hey, Sammy, how do you stay all of these years? Do you ever say, hey, I'm going to have a chicken sandwich? I can stop, but then the craving, so I start eating chicken. Like, no, I don't crave chicken. That's the whole thing. Like, despite what Mommy Tang made it sound like in her horrible videos, trying meat for the first time in 14 years, trying chicken and Popeyes for the first time in 14 years, I'm not tempted by meat. I don't see chicken or steak and think, wow, that looks so awesome. I wish I could eat that. I mean, to me, that looks gross. I've likened it to poop. If I see poop out in the ground, I don't say, I wish I could have some of that. And likewise, if I see someone eating a steak, I want to barf. It's gross, like poop. So no, for the same reasons, I don't want to eat poop. I don't want to eat animal products. I don't find them attractive. I find them repulsive. So yeah, never tempted by meat or animal products, to be honest with you. And in fact, say I really wanted to eat a burger that tastes like a burger, maybe even bleeds a little bit, I'd go get an Impossible Burger or a Beyond Burger or something like that. Those high-tech ones that are engineered to have the taste, texture, smell, and flavor pretty darn close to being like meat. Meaning if you gave some to one of your drunk friends and they weren't paying attention and put ketchup and lettuce and sauce on the burger, they just eat it right down. They would never think, hey, this is some kind of hippie vegan burger. No, they just eat it. It's that close. You have to be looking out for it. So no, if I wanted to eat some Ben & Jerry's ice cream, I can walk down to my market and get the dairy-free Cherry Garcia or fish food. It tastes identical to the non-dairy ones that I remember from my youth. So yeah, not tempted. If I were, I could satisfy those cravings like that. So I hope I answered your question there, Sammy. Not tempted or anything. Let's see, Heidi, you're so sensory sensitive, it's really hard to withstand sunscreen. Huh, Heidi, that's interesting. I understand what that's like. I don't like smells and odors from things or people. The zinc stuff I put on my face, and I've had different products, I don't smell it. I mean, it's for the most part smellless, odorless. Maybe there's a little bit, but it goes away really quickly. But yeah, some of the sprays you smell it smells like you're at the beach or something like that. I don't like that at all. And the spray that I sometimes put in my arms kind of has that effect, sort of. I think they do that on purpose. I think it makes people excited. But yeah, the zinc stuff I put on my face, it's virtually odorless. And I don't think I'm getting weird, rare stuff. I think that's kind of normal, I think. B. Joson says sunscreen technology has come a long way, to be fair. Older blends used to be super uncomfortable, probably smellier. Carmichael, do I play guitar every day? No, I really should, and I don't. I played a little bit today, though, but yeah, I don't play every day. I just... This is too tough for me right now. VLAN, you're just too lazy to use sunscreen. Yeah, maybe I don't put enough zinc sunscreen on my face. Like late model sounds like she puts a lot. I just put it on, I just kind of blend it in. I don't have to do much. I just kind of see it at first. I just spread it out. Done. It's handled. You don't see any on me. Why put anything on your skin? It could be a moisturizer that can help. It could be a UV moisturizer that helps protect, give you some protection from skin damage from the sun. There's many reasons why. But if you don't want to do that, fine. I'm not telling you to do it. We're talking about why some of us do that. No, I'm not diabetic. I'm not type 2 diabetic. I've had, for decades, had my hemoglobin A1C and fasting glucose tested. Not pre-diabetic, not diabetic. They're in the healthy ranges. Yeah, uncle. Yeah, that smell of coconut oil. Yeah, it's the beach smell, right? You know. Yep, Sammy, all plants have protein. Yeah, you don't have to worry about protein. If you eat enough calories, you have a varied diet, meaning you just don't eat one or two things like a weirdo. Just eat a balanced diet. You get enough protein. It's really hard to design a plant-based diet where you're going to be deficient in protein. You'd have to do something really wild and do some careful planning to design a protein-deficient vegan diet. You'd really have to work hard to do it. Or just don't eat enough food. Then that's not hard work. That's just being foolish. Yeah, I heard something about an overseas sunscreen, Heidi. I don't remember too many details now, but I thought there's some new technology of a new sunscreen type that's like better and something like that, just more UV protection, and I forgot something of that sort. Oh my God, guys, it's time. It's 2 hours. It is 8 p.m. Pacific time. So let's call it a night, guys. Let's call it a live stream. We talked about all sorts of interesting things tonight. We even had an anti-vegan come, so that's all fun. And I want to thank AJ, Blue Outlaw, and Carmichael for your super, and AJ Chainage, and AJ Vintage, but AJ Chainage as well for the first super chat tip in the first minute or so. So thanks, guys, for your support there. It's very much appreciated. And everyone, I just appreciate you being here with me on Fridays. Again, I was kind of not in the greatest spirits. I wasn't totally bummed or anything, but you guys have lifted my spirits up today. So thank you. And hopefully I've had a positive effect on your mental health as well. So I want to thank Uncle for being my sole moderator tonight. And I think we kept that one person in check all right. He was cool, but thanks for being there for me, Uncle. And just thank for just coming, Uncle. Just cool to have Uncle, an honest, real flesh and blood uncle of Angie's, come to the live stream every Friday. So always good to have Uncle here. So, yeah, thank you, everyone. And hopefully I'll have time next week to make a video. Never know. I got some things I got to take care of next week that are not normal, but I should be able to squeeze a video in. So, guess that's it. We have a new song right now out on all streaming media. It's called, which one is this? Desirable. It's on, Apple Music, Spotify, whatever streaming platform is. Next week, I'll share with you the little music video that Angie has edited together, and I'll play it for you. But if you want to check out the new song, it's cool. It's a really different kind of song. It's kind of more trip hop, little jazzy, kind of like David Lynchy a little bit or something like that. So check it out. Yeah, Love Spirals Downwards, Desirable on all streaming platforms. I'll share it with you guys next week. So it just came out today, basically. So we've been promoting that. Angie's been promoting that all day, guys. So anyway, thank you once again for being here on a Friday night. And remember, it doesn't suck being vegan. Ice stream's going to end right now. All right, bye, guys. Thank you.